Hi, Dr. Eseryel here. In the previous section, we talked about the key deliverables of the planning phase to include systems request and feasibility study. So I'm going to now talk about these two elements. A system request, it describes business reasons for a project. It defines systems expected value for the business. And it has these elements. So we've talked about how important project sponsor is, and we talked about how they have to be higher up in the organization and powerful people. So having a project sponsor identified, describing the exact business need for the information systems, and the business requirements, which is the new and enhanced capabilities that the business will have after the project is completed. Those are the three elements. The fourth element is defining business value. And what's really important here is to define the business value in as quantifiable make it as quantified as possible. So 3% increase in sales, reduction in headcount by 5 full-time employees, full-time employee equivalents. So those are very, very important to quantify by number, by date, by percentage is very important. And listing special issues and constraints, and also listing special issues or constraints, such as in government agencies, government mandated deadlines are very important. Security clearance levels, etc., would be examples of that. In terms of feasibility analysis, there are three types of feasibility analysis: technical feasibility, economic feasibility, and organizational feasibility. So technical feasibility is the question that says, can we technically do this? Do we have the technical capacity to do this information systems project? And so what's very important is that the company has the right staff that is familiar with the technology. They have the right people in the business side that understands the business applications. It's important that project size is something that the company can handle. Small to medium-sized projects. Sometimes medium-sized companies sometimes take on projects that are multi-million dollars worth, and then they fail because they cannot handle the size of the project. And also compatibility with the existing infrastructure is very important. So not only bringing different bits and pieces of information technology, but making sure that they work well together with the existing infrastructure. And if the company is not familiar with technology, then they can think about, can we work with consultants who have experience? Can we afford that? That would be also part of technical feasibility. Now, when we talk about economic feasibility, we're talking about dollar signs, of course. What is the cash flow of the company, and what is the cash flow of the investment that's needed? I would like you to go back and read feasibility analysis in your book, because it really gives examples and explains in detail how to calculate various economic feasibility measures. And the very important ones are return on investment, break-even point, and net present value. Return on investment is, what is the return that I will get for the cost that I'm paying for right now. Break-even point is how many years will it take for me to come to a positive cash flow point from now into the future. And net present value is what is the present value, net present value of the benefits I will get. So it's you're subtracting the you're not subtracting total benefits from total cost from total benefits, but you're looking at the present value of total benefits and costs. So you're looking into the payment into the future. Okay, so the last one is organizational feasibility, and this is if we succeed with this information systems implementation, if the technology is there, will people use it? So a lot of this might be surprising to you guys, but a lot of companies fail at this point. For example, they might spend $2 million on an implementation, and then maybe they haven't involved the business people enough, and or maybe they haven't thought of the business processes sufficiently. So the people in the company end up not using this implemented new technology. So it's very important that stakeholder analysis is done to make sure that people are involved sufficiently in the implementation so that the implementation of the right thing in the right way is done. And lastly, it's very important that the project has a strategic alignment with the strategy of the overall company. So it's not just, so if the company's goal is, for example, to be more innovative, an initiative that focuses only on cost cutting measures may not be regarded highly. Projects should focus on making the company more innovative. So that's what I mean by strategic alignment. So with that, I'm concluding this chapter.